Hello, welcome to our online art lesson. In this lesson, we are going to be creating a piece of art based on the book Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. Down below, I've posted a fun read aloud of the book that they turned into a song for you to listen to. After you've watched that video, we can go ahead and get started on our work of art. You're just going to need a couple things. First, you're going to need something black to draw with. I'm using a Sharpie. You could also use just a black marker or a black crayon. Whatever you have that's black will work. And then you're going to need something to color with. I'm using my watercolor set because that's just what I happen to have, but you could also use markers, crayons, colored pencils, whatever you happen to have at home. So our first step is start with your first letter. You want to make sure you're drawing it large. So here's my first letter. Now I'm going to go on to my next letter. This one, maybe I'll make sideways. And notice how it's still large and it's touching my first letter. So then I'm going to go with C, still large, still touching. D, this one's not as large, but it's still touching, so it still works. So I'm going to go in and fill in the rest of my alphabet really quick, and then we'll talk about how to add color to it. I filled in all of my alphabet. I used my uppercase letters just to fill the space, and I made sure that all of my letters were touching and they go all the way to the edges, because you don't want just a little clump of letters, you want to fill up your paper. So now that I have all my letters, it's time for me to go in and fill in my color. When you're coloring, you want to make sure it's nice and bright. So I would avoid using black or brown, but any other color that you want to fill in is fair game. And you don't want to sort of brush color all over it. You want to do it section by section. So for example, if I choose purple first, I'm just going to paint in one section purple. Paint or color, whatever you happen to have. And then I'll rinse my brush, switch my color, and then maybe I'll go for this section right here. So after we do our letters, we're going to very carefully fill in each of our sections with color, making sure that we're staying nice and bright. So I'm going to quickly speed it up so you can see me paint in all of my sections with different colors. And there we go. So first, remember, we went in with a thick black marker, or you could use a crayon, to draw our letters, making sure they're uppercase and all touching and go all the way out to the edges. And then our next step was to color in each section very carefully. I used paint, but remember, you could use crayons, colored pencils, markers, whatever you happen to have. And just like always, remember, when you are finished with your art project, make sure you email me a picture of it. I would love to see the art that you create. I'm going to attach my email down below. So happy creating, and I'll see you tomorrow.